We're making waves and keeping it real. It's Real Talk Rhody with Becca Berger.
Hey, it's Becca. Thanks so much for coming on and listening to another edition of Real Talk Rhody. A couple things to get to before we hear from our guest this week, Grace O'Malley. She's a comedian. You know her from her time at Barstool Sports. She's always making viral videos, making some noise, does the podcast thing and the comedian thing. So we're going to talk about that, her love for all things Boston, and we talk on Taylor Swift, and we chat about Real Housewives of Rhode Island and some other stuff. And it just so happens that we're going to be talking right now about Taylor Swift, connections to Rhode Island, and Real Housewives of Rhode Island. So I wanted to start with Real Housewives of Rhode Island this week. Big news story covered locally involving one of the alleged Real Housewives of Rhode Island. If you are new to this podcast, I do not use names yet. I will not use names of any cast members until Bravo makes the announcement. Maybe they'll make it before BravoCon in a month, or maybe they make it at BravoCon in a month. But this alleged housewife, my knowledge of this alleged housewife was she was pretty involved in the early stages of casting back when we thought this wasn't a Real Housewives and it was more of a Married to Medicine. And it just so happens that this alleged cast member is married to a doctor who is involved in the news this week. I'm being very picky and choosy with my language. And I'm sure, though, that if they are cast members on Real Housewives of Rhode Island, this very news story that has hit our local TV and even radio and podcast market will be talked about on Real Housewives of Rhode Island. And this is just the beginning, you know? And that's the thing for some of these alleged cast members. If you're in the news now, this is just the beginning, because once it's on Bravo, buckle up. And I'm sure that they don't need me to tell them that. They know what they signed up for, hopefully, and what is to come. So in terms of filming the cast photos and filming the cast intro, looks like that has been done. Again, this is all alleged, not holding an anchor, but holding some sort of seashell. I don't want to use the word clam. I don't like using the word glam anyway, unless it's clam, but yeah, like a bedazzled clam. But no, apparently they're holding a seashell and there's a lot of blue. Again, all alleged, all things I'm just hearing. But that big intro that we're all so excited about, that was one of the first questions that was put out there. What will they be holding in the intro? If it's not a peach in Atlanta, if it's not an orange for Orange County, or an apple over in New York, or a snowflake in Salt Lake, I guess it's going to be a shell, alleged. So that's some Real Housewives of Rhode Island stuff. Looks like a lot of those alleged ladies are hanging out. Wasn't just for filming. They are full on friends. They have each other's back. They're partying together, it appears, spending some time at spas and whatnot. And I'm excited when we finally get that cast rollout, maybe before BravoCon. That would make my job a lot easier. That's for sure. It's not about me, though. It's been a lot about Taylor Swift. We're going to switch gears. It's been a lot about Taylor Swift, not just the album release with Life of a Showgirl, but the question about whether or not this big next summer wedding is happening here in Rhode Island. So I have a DM again. Maybe I should take my glasses off. First of all, if you're watching the glare from the ring light, I need to be better about that. Even in my interview with Grace that you'll see, I needed the glasses that day, but ring light glare kind of on my ick list. So I'm taking the glasses off and I'm going to read some DMs to you. I'm not going to reveal who the person is, but I got this DM back on September 25th. FYI, it appears that Ocean House is booked the weekend of June 13th. Ha ha! Lucky number 13. Taylor loves her numbers, her Easter eggs. 613 sounds like a Taylor Swift number to me. She said, a friend of a friend, I love this, so Rhode Island. A friend of a friend had her wedding booked and Ocean House called and asked her if she could reschedule. She said no. Then she was offered to have her wedding and honeymoon comped. A friend of a friend had her wedding booked. Ocean House called. Imagine that phone call. Hey, so about the weekend of June 13th, yeah, we're going to have to move you, but I mean, I can't even imagine. Like, throw out a price figure, throw out any kind of money, and that's what Ocean House would cost. And the honeymoon comped. Is Taylor paying for the wedding and the honeymoon? Is Ocean House paying for the honeymoon and the wedding? So that's the info I have. I don't know how much of that is true. Obviously, her home in Watch Hill is hop, skip, and a jump over to Ocean House. So it would make sense. I love that that's even a potential. I love that she loves Rhode Island that much. She told Jimmy Fallon she loves Gilded Age. I love that she loves it that much. I know Gilded is more Newport than in Westerly, but it's all connected. Rebecca Harkness of it all. She loves it that much that she would even consider marrying Travis Kelce here. And how cool was it a few years ago? I believe also in June when Olivia Culpo got married at Ocean House and all the stars were down there. And we were so excited about covering that. Can you even freaking imagine it if Taylor really got married at Ocean House? And I want to know the friend of a friend who's getting a free wedding at Ocean House and a free honeymoon because of Taylor. Would you switch? I feel like this is a no-brainer unless 613 you truly have your heart set on it. But I mean, switch that wedding, get that honey, go to Tahiti, go to Maui, go to anywhere you've ever wanted to go. The variance of the life of a showgirl is going to pay for that honeymoon. So that's the tea I have on Taylor. And right now we're going to hear from my guest this week on Real Talk Rhody. It's Grace O'Malley. If you ever have any tips or anything you think I should be talking about on Real Talk Rhody, you can always dive into the DMs, either on my personal Instagram at Becca Berger or at Real Talk Rhody. And we're going to hear from comedian Grace O'Malley next. All right, Grace O'Malley, welcome to Real Talk Rhody. We're so happy to have you.
So happy to be here. Thank you so much.
And you're going to be at Comedy Connection October 9th through the 11th. You're from Massachusetts. Where are you from originally? I know you'll say Boston, but where specifically?
Now that we're in New England talking, I'll say like South Shore. South
Okay.
Shore of Mass. Yeah.
South Shore. Because when you're outside of New England, what happens?
It's just so much easier to say Boston. And then you have people in your comments say you're not actually from Boston. I'm like, I know I'm not from Boston, but it's easier.
It is. It's just easier to just
small town
and just to cover it. Like even Rhode Island still gets heavily disrespected when we travel because they're like, wait, Long Island, and then you're like, wait, do you know geography?
Do you know the 50 states of America?
we encounter that a lot. So yeah, you're going to be in East Providence Comedy Connection. But before we get to all of that, you are fresh off of a new experience. You, for the first time, went to Yankee Stadium.
I did. And after living here for 5 years in New York City,
In New York.
I haven't been to a game. I wanted it to be a Red Sox versus Yankees, and no better than to go to a playoff game. Except we did lose.
I know.
We did lose.
The experience overall at Yankee Stadium for your first time.
It's everything my grandmother said. These Yankees fans have no sportsmanship. I don't think we do. I don't think we do that to Yankees fans. I really don't. I think we give them crap.
Yeah, it's a mutual understanding, right? Yeah.
No swearing, right?
You can if you want, and I can edit it later.
Okay. Crap. I haven't said crap in a while.
I know. Did it feel weird to say the word crap?
It felt goofy.
Were you like thinking about it and it was like one of the words you had to think about before you actually say it? And you're like, this feels weird.
I know the first word came as poop.
I like poop much. We can deal with poop. What else did your grandmother tell you about Yankee Stadium?
So the funny thing is I had been outside of Yankee Stadium one year. One Easter, my grandma was like, after we eat dinner, or no, tomorrow we're going to drive to New York and go to the Yankees Red Sox opening day game. But she never bought tickets.
Oh.
So she thought she could get them at will call, old fashioned style. And like, I'm 10 years old and she goes, oh, I can't get them. Will you go over and go talk to some scalpers for us?
She's sending the 10-year-old into
And
battle?
listen, an old for my age 10-year-old.
Old
So I'm
soul.
going up
You're an old soul.
old soul. So I'm going up in the Bronx being like, hey, you got tickets? You got tickets?
But you didn't end up getting tickets.
Yeah, we drove to New York to watch my grandma have a Jameson in Times Square, basically. That's what we did instead.
Okay, I have to ask, is grandma still with us?
No, she's since passed, but she was a big Sox fan.
Oh, so you were
I
thinking of
adore her. That's my
her.
Banna.
Yeah. So you were, what did you call her?
Banna. She's baby Nana.
I love when grandparents have unusual names. And
Oh,
she's
I know.
baby Nana?
Baby Nana, because they're when my oldest cousin was born, both great grandparents were still alive. So she was the youngest of all grandparents.
And I mean, like, she must have been feeling brand new, being like, I'm baby Nana. I'm not as old as the rest of you.
Yeah. I'm baby Nana.
I'm baby Nana. We're gonna cover a couple more topics with you. Are you a Real Housewives fan?
Yes, ma'am.
So we got Real Housewives of Rhode Island.
Yeah, okay. So
Okay,
what's the juicy goss?
So Real Housewives of Rhode Island, they're done filming. They filmed from June until September. So they just wrapped up a couple weeks ago. BravoCon is in November. And then that's when we think that they're going to announce we all like essentially know who the cast is. I'm just very hesitant to use names. So I use the word allegedly a lot. But when you think of a housewife from Rhode Island, what do you think of, Grace? I'm curious.
Because where are they filming it is what matters, I think.
All right. So they're filming it in like outside of Providence. So like, I don't know how familiar you are with Rhode Island. So where Vinny Vibe and I are from, we're from Cranston. So
gotcha. Okay. I know Cranston.
Okay. So Cranston. So the ladies are from Cranston. We got a couple North Kingstowns in there and maybe a Lincoln. I don't know again how familiar you are with the Rhode Island geography, but that's the vibe. So what would be your impression, not knowing the ladies so far, but what would a Real Housewife of Rhode Island, do you think, what would the series be like?
I think it's overall I mean, Rhode Island, especially since Taylor Swift has moved there and Mr. Matt Rife.
Yes.
Those are the two that come to mind.
Yeah.
Those are two people who aren't from Rhode Island and live there. So immediately my mind goes yuppies.
Yeah. And I feel you on that. Now, typically that's where a lot of people would think that would be the vibe, right? Like Newport, money, whether it's of old money, maybe new money. This is more like Real Housewives of New Jersey.
Oh, sorry.
That's you are so see how excited you are. That right?
Because I mean, Rhode Island's crawling in Italian.
Yeah.
And so this is just like a nuanced research New Jersey, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Nice. So you know the
Rhode
deal
Island
now.
Grit.
Yup, Rhode Island grit. It's not going to obviously. They have Dolores that's filming it. She was filming Dolores from Real Housewives of New Jersey was filming in Rhode Island, so they're already kind of taking from Jersey, which is kind of interesting. But yes, I'm excited too, and I'm glad that you're pumped for it as well. All right, tell me about how the tour has been going. It's the Down for Anything tour, Comedy Connection.
It's been amazing. So this is the second leg of the tour. I did January to June, took some time off in the summer, sprinkled a couple shows in there, but now back on it, working on new material. One funny thing I've noticed is my set is very New England focused. So if you're from New England, you get it. If not, I have to work a little harder for you to understand who I am and what I'm talking about.
You're explaining it a little bit more. You're like kind of explaining the jokes outside of New England.
You'll be surprised to find out that like some Southern states don't know what a bender is.
What did they think a bender is?
Well, I have to explain it. Apparently, it's more than one day of drinking. That's what the doctor says.
I'd be curious to know what the Southerners think a bender is and what they call a bender.
I just think they don't do it like we do is all I'm saying.
No, they don't do it like we do. So you must be very excited to get the show back up here. So then that way you don't have to work as hard.
Oh, 100%. And I'm happy to work hard. It's just the people who get it, and it just makes it that much more fun.
And have you gotten heckled? Does that happen to you?
My two biggest hecklers in my life are my mother and my father.
That
I have
tracks for where we're
I
from.
have one video of my mom doing it to me. She just yelled out, "It's a bad gene on your father's side." I'm like, what? And then my dad would just yell out random numbers. He was hammered.
Oh, was he playing Keno?
I think so, yeah. Like,
He
can
might
you
have
move?
been. Hey, we're trying to get the numbers over here. Comedy Connections, the Down for Anything tour. Did you name that tour? Like, how does this happen with comedians? Do you name the tour, or does your team, like, is this a collaborative effort? Is it your mom and dad with the
I've
suggestion?
heard that some comics will start with the name of a tour and then figure out what the jokes are going to be in between, or vice versa. You have the jokes and then you name the tour. I kind of just I'm a go with the flow, happy go lucky kind of gal. So
Yeah.
I'm always saying, yeah, no, I'm down for anything. And so I think it alludes to, like, you're gonna have a blast. You got to be down for anything. I hope you're down for everything in the crowd, because we're gonna go a little nuts.
Yes, it's the Down for Anything tour. And your headshot is so cute. I love it on the Comedy Connection website. Headshots can be awkward, right? Like it's because you have to, like, smile on command. Whenever we take them, it's so awkward. Did you have a similar experience with your headshot?
Yeah, I don't know how to take pictures. I don't know what to do with my hands.
Right.
And then I'm like always asking. I'm like, in the nicest way possible, is there any chance you could do it from like a bird's eye view, so I don't have a double chin?
Yes.
And so
Can we work?
they're like, no, they have to be head on. I'm like, well, what about like a little tilt? I'm much heavier than when I took that picture. That
Well,
was
you're
a
looking.
year or two ago.
Use it until you are baby Nana's age. That's what I say. I use
Straight
my
up.
best headshot forever. All right. Well, listen, Grace, this has been so fun. I love that Vinny hooked this up. Vinny
Oh yeah,
Vibe.
this is huge. Thank you so much.
How do you know Vinny?
So Vinny and I have toured together through Barstool. So we used to do college parties together. Me, him, and Bree, and we've just always had a blast. He's always been such a good guy. I owe him 30,000 favors.
That's a lot
I'm
of
like,
favors.
yeah, he's a sweetheart.
He's great. We love Vinny Vibe. And how do you like doing the podcast? You're the essential main host of the Disgraceful podcast. How do you like doing that on your own?
I love it. It's so much fun. I at first I tried to do more of the host kind of thing, and I'm not very good at that because I can't read very well. And so now I just kind of banter with the guests, and it's been so much better. There's like it's been a real difference. It's been great.
Yeah. No, I get it. It can be very awkward. You do such a great job of it. I was just watching the one that you just posted. It was like Timu Taylor and
Oh yeah. Oh, that's Catherine Blanford.
Yes.
She's hilarious. She's
And
so
it was
funny.
it was such a fun back and forth, and it was a lot of fun to watch and to listen to because I like the late night vibe format that you have going on.
Yeah, no. So the plan was, we heard that late night was dying, so you got to pick up the pieces.
And you did that. You picked those right up. Grace, thank you for taking the time today. Once again, it is the Down for Anything tour. It's coming to Comedy Connection October 9th through the 11th. Tickets still available. Thank you so much.
Thank you.